Hey y'all, what's good? It is AM Trades, and we have today a trade recap for the 3rd of May of 2024. So this is actually day 5 of our journey from $0 to $1 million in funding at the age of 15 years old. And today was a 1% winner day. So and that was taken with full size on only the one of one funding account because Funded X and the Trade Locker account had some issues. So that's the live account, like I said. So it's 1,000 US dollars because of a 1% gain, right? And we ended up actually taking two trades. One was a short in the AM session, and then we also had a long, a turtle soup long in the PM session. And I'll go through that one because I don't usually take entries like that, but today was a day that I did. So yeah, we're gonna move to the chart now. We can see here and go through all of our kind of thought process for the day. So we can see here, this is the short that we took, and then this is the long that we took. And so if we go to our higher time frame, on the hourly here, we can see that we had NFP. NFP created a big bullish candle, right? And then if we go to Forex Factory here, we can see that today we had non-farm employment, unemployment rate, ISM services, and all that. So that was at 10 a.m. So I wasn't looking for a trade until 10 a.m. passed. Okay, so that news can come out and develop, right? So with that being said, if we go down again, we can see that we have kind of this bearish, this bullish impulsive move, and then we were just chopping around. We saw market open, and then if we go on the S&P, we can see that there was no divergence at market open. However, the S&P came down and filled more of this fair value gap later into the session compared to the NASDAQ. And so that's why I didn't catch the entire move all the way down, because usually NASDAQ is the weaker pair, so it would have been the one to take shorts from in this scenario. However, it only hit TP1 and then stopped us at a break even. But moving into our kind of confluences for this trade, we can see that we had this big 10 a.m. manipulation all the way up to take out all of the buyers here, right? And all of these stop losses lying above, also back into the past. And then we can also see, and this was also manipulating into the daily fair value gap, right, on the NASDAQ. And it took out so much liquidity, this candle did, I'm telling you, of relative equal highs. And so then we saw the move down. I wanted to initially short from this 5-minute fair value gap. However, we saw an order block form, so that was likely to become a breakaway gap. And so we are no longer looking for shorts from that area. We did actually end up seeing shorts from this area later in the session, but this is already 10:45, 11 o'clock, and I'm at school. So yeah, we caught this small move down, and then we got wicked into take profit 1, and then immediately got stopped out at break even. So if we look over what our entry confluence was, we can see we had bearish moves to the downside. We kind of swept these relative equal lows. However, I wanted to see this get hit, right? So I was still bearish, and so we saw a move up into a 0.618 of a range. I believe it was from here to, hold on, let me find it here. But we did see equilibrium of a range, and that's where I entered from. So I did not enter off of here it is. So I saw that we were heading into 0.618, so OTE, and then we manipulated upwards into this 1 minute order block, and that is where I took shorts from. So 1 minute order block plus just a continuation played to the downside. I wanted to see us sweep these lows and then sweep these lows and then fill the 50% mark of this entire NFP for value gap, which never ended up happening because of SMT with ES. Regardless, that was a TP1, so we took 50% off at that level, which means that we had a total of 0.35R. So that's about $700. I think I got $800. I got filled really well on that spread. So around $800 from that trade. And then we stopped us at a break even, whatever, move on to the next. And then we saw this move down. I wasn't on the charts at this time. And then we saw lunch hour kind of just chop around above, right around here. And then as this was happening, I was seeing that we had a 5-minute fair value gap here. This is onto the second entry, right? So we had, hold on, I gotta unlock this. Okay. Let me delete that. We had a 5-minute fair value gap right here, if I mark that out with a rectangle here. And then we can see that we were just creating an engineering liquidity here. So I put limits at this low as a turtle soup entry, and I got tagged in here at 1%, stops below the inversion fair value gap from this leftover 5-minute inversion from AM session. and then we were targeting these relative equal highs. Okay, so what ended up happening is we saw a nice reaction to the upside, inversing this 5-minute for value gap as well. And then as soon as this kind of happened, I actually did break my rules with this trade, which is quite unfortunate. It would have hit at least TP1, and then I probably would have closed right around now because market's closing in a half an hour for Friday. But I set my stops to break even early because we were running kind of, I think, 1 or 1.5 R in profit. Yeah, we were running $1,500 in profit. So I was like, I don't want to have this retrace on me all the way back to stop loss, which I should have let happen because we didn't hit TP1 yet. So that's something to do better in the next day. So next week. And also we did respect this 5-minute for value gap. However, we wicked all the way down right to my entry, which is quite annoying. So I got stopped out of break even here. And then you can see that the trade ran all the way up to a max, if I were to close now, of 1 to 2. So yeah, that's it. With that being said, that is everything. We are going to continue compounding the 100K account and then get that payout and then start buying more and more challenges. And that is finally when we can start risking 2 to 3% in the challenge phase because we will have a nice amount of money to play with. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will also have our weekly recap up this evening. This is day 5, sorry. And yeah, on to the next.